presents Keur Jula Challenge Business Plan Competition. Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the Keur Jula Challenge, first ever televised business plan competition brought to you by the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry Gcci in collaboration with International Labour Organization, the Italian Corporation and QCell Sunibus. Today, we're going to be concentrating on the agriculture and food processing category. Well, we know we love food, we know we love how it's processed, but do the participants for this particular category have what it takes to blow the minds of the judges, to move them to the next level? We will find out. But mind you, with this particular category, right after that, some will unfortunately have to leave because this is going to be the elimination round for this particular one. My name is Andy Spike. Thank you very much for joining us.
Welcome to the third round of the Keur Jula Challenge. Kindly introduce your business and including your financials and the operations.
Okay, my name is Dauda Mane and I'm from Batokungu village, Combo South West Coast region. I am the CEO of RN Chakri Cream Production. Chakri Cream Production is a registered business located in Batokungu village, Combo South West Coast region. We process sour milk and couscous with chakri. So many years ago, my people have been struggling to get sour milk and chakri in Batokungu village because nobody was selling it in Batokungu village. So whenever they need it, they have to pay fare either to Jerong or Tanji to get sour milk or chakri. People find it very difficult, especially when it is urgently needed for daily based meals like breakfast, dinner, for events like naming ceremony, wedding ceremony, charities, etc. Kids, youths, women, elderly people, especially elderly people who you know that they are having diabetes, and their doctors has advised them to stop eating oil food and rice. So those people, they prefer to eat ponce, which means milk with the bread, and sometimes sour milk with the porridge, or sometimes chakri. So whenever they need it, they have to ride bicycle or pay fare to Tujerong or Tanji to get it. So they are finding it very difficult to get it. So I said, why not I come as a youth, why not I come with a solution for this problem? So from there, I find out someone who I know that sells chakri. I went to him and I asked him to train me how to process sour milk and chakri. Then after I learned from him, then I come back to Batokungu and I open a shop. I start selling milk and chakri. So Alhamdulillah, now I have reduced the money that they used to pay fare to go to Jereng or Tanje, and the energy and also the time. So now I'm selling chakri there. Alhamdulillah. Even when you go to Batokungu, if you ask for Dauda Chakri, people will tell you that I know him because almost I'm serving 75% in our village right now. So my financials is that my yearly expenditure is 352,100, and my yearly income is $540,000, and my yearly profit is 187,900. And the way we operate, we are 5 in team. I am the one who used to go to Serakunda to buy the bag of milk and the carton of couscous and the cups, all the cups that I need to use to make chakri, put chakri inside it. And then I have one girl who used to come early in the morning, open the shop and clean the freezer, you know, and wash all the things that needed to be washed. And also I have one older woman who, you know, she's the one who used to process the couscous, the chakri for me. Like I have a supplier, when the person supplied me, the old lady is the one who used to make the chakri for me. For me, I only process the milk. And also I have a boy who, you know, that when we are ready to process this and put it inside the freezer, the other one, he used to deliver it to different shops that I'm having a partner with, that I'm working with. And sometimes when there is a football at the field or any other event, the person used to deliver it there to sell it there. And also I have someone who is doing the packaging for me. Like he used to make the package for me when I'm ready, because I used to sell the milk powder. I used to sell the milk powder in the packet, and I used to sell this processed chakri also in the packet. And also when I process, when someone come to my shop and buy sour milk or chakri.
Thank you. You've exhausted the 4 minutes allocated to you.
Okay.
What's the population size in Barakungu?
Operation size in Barakungu?
Yeah.
Like people there, it is like 300 people.
So the 5 staffs you have, are they all full-time or some are part-time?
No, they are part-time.
Daughter, would like to know, how do you package this product, your chakra? How do you package it?
Yeah, like the one who made the packaging for me.
No, I mean, before it gets to the consumer, how is it presented? Is it in a cup labeled, or is it just in a bag tied?
Yeah,
how do you?
We have cup. These ebe cups, the white cups, the plastic white cup. We use to package them there, and then touch our sticker on the cup. And sometimes we use this carton packaging to make this milk powder there. But sometimes we make it inside the plastic bag, then we put it inside that bag. Yeah, and sometimes when you buy chakri in bulk, instead of we give you the plastic bag, we used to make it inside that packaging, and we seal it, we give it to you.
Okay. Do you sell to retailers?
To retailers?
To people that are selling again?
Yeah, because
on wholesale?
Because I'm selling the milk powder. So there are some people, you know, that ladies, they used to sell chakri and the ice at the schools. So they used to come to me to buy 1 gallon of sour milk from me, so that they can go and mix it with the chakri to resell it again. Some people used to buy milk powder from me, and then they make the ice to sell it again.
My name is Pamodu Gay, the founder of Gay and Son Farm. Gay and Son Farms was established in 2017. We are into sheep fattenings. We provide quality and affordable rams to the doorsteps of our clients. With just 50% deposit, we deliver nationwide. We started in 2017 with an investment of $5,500, and now we have a net worth of $350,000. Our customers are the 57 communities of Sabah Sanjal. We also have reliable customers in all the regions. We also have some customers in abroad that are very reliable. We normally give them supplies every Tobaski. We need an investment of $1.5 million. With this, we're going to use $800,000 to shift our attention now from breeding, from fattening to breeding, and we're going to use $100,000 to expand the multiplication center, $200,000 for feed and medication. We're also going to use $200,000 to employ staff for 2 years. With this, we are going to have an investment return of 15% at the end of the 4th year and 30% at the end of the 2nd year. The business will not only address the frustration that people face in accessing these products, but yet with that kind of number, we're going to produce tons of organic manure that can be used by farmers to replace the expensive and chemical fertilizers that they use. This will hence not only enhance production as well, but will also help in combating climate change. This is how we do it. We will get these 200 breeds of this 100 ewes from Senegal, because this is the only place where we can get that number. Bring them to the farms and then make sure they are well taken care of. We expect them to deliver at least twice every year. And with this, we are going to have minimum of 150 newborns every year. So with that, we can able to sell the male ones and then maintain the females one for production. So with this, we will be able to have, like I said, first year we're expecting to have 15%, and the 2nd year we'll also be having 30%, and it goes on like that. We calculated everything, the risk cost, that is why we are picking it at 15% in the 4th year and then 30% in the 2nd year. We are on all social media platforms for accessibility. For anyone who is interested in getting our products, you can easily have access to us in all the social media platforms.
Do you have a team that you work with?
Yes, for now I work with 2. I have a team of 2.
Okay. What do they do?
Normally, one of them helps me in washing the animals fortnightly to ensure they meet hygienic standards. The other ones also normally is on part times, who help me during Tobaski when I have a large number. That's the time when he comes to help.
Okay. Are they full-time or part-time employees?
No, they are all part times.
Do you have a written contract with them?
Yes, we have a written contracts with them.
You said the first year you are making 15% profit.
Yes.
And the second year you're making 30% profit.
Yeah.
So we want to understand 15%, 30% of what? What are you currently making in terms of profitability?
Now, what I am currently making, I think what I've said is I need an investment of $1.5 million. So with this, I am going to now shift our attention from fattening to breeding, because that's the only way we can change the narratives, right? So with that one, I said, because like when it's fattening, within 3 months you can add value to the animal and sell and make your profit. But this is why now we are going into breeding. I said in the first year, the offsprings of those ewes can now be sold, and the focus profit that we say is in the first year, because we are bringing them in the first year. So there might be a lot of challenges. So that is why we said we're expecting to have 15% of the total investment of $1.5 million. And since now every year they are multiplying, in the second year we also expect another additional 15%. And then we said that is why we said in the second year we'll be expecting to have at least 30% profit in the of the total investment, which is $1.5 million.
For this challenge, the winner, the top winners are going home with $150,000.
Yes.
Now, this is not $1.5 million.
Yes.
What will your narrative be now in the event you win the $150,000?
Yes. When I win with that $150,000, I am going to use that $150,000 to buy 10 ewes at the cost of $10,000, and the other $50,000 I will use it in feed and medication, and I will start with that.
And how much profit are you now thinking of, since it's no longer at 1.5 million? How much profit will you be looking at having?
Yes, as far as my business is concerned, I always charge 30% of my investment. So which means at the end of, if I am given $150,000 and I spend this, at the end of the fourth year, I'm going to make 30% profit.
Once again, I am Omar A. Manjan, the founder of Greenyard Agribusiness. Greenyard Agribusiness is an climate-smart agricultural enterprise that ventures into horticultural production. So in this production, we do different phases. We use the discarded materials like the vehicle tire and that of the bottles, where we try to use that as a medium to grow different horticultural crops. For that of bottle, we practice what you call hydroponic. This is a system of agriculture where you use water as a medium of growing your crops. And then for this other one, the discarded tire, we use crops like eggplant, bitter tomato, and the list goes on, where we advocate and use the biodegradable material and equally use human hair as our fertilizer. And then from there as well, if you look at the feasibility of the idea doesn't require anything like a degree. Anyone, any person with the willingness, you can able to practice this, where you just collect this discarded material, place it at a strategic location, and then have these things done. And time to time, you change the water by changing the biodegradable fertilizer, with changing the water and regularly with an interval of 1 week. And from there, if you look at our financial model, this is an idea that can purely do well in when the water supply is good. So with this, I project to have $200,000. So in this, we will project it like that. $200,000, $90,000 will be used to improve my water system, because still now I'm using water to draw well. And then from there as well, I will use 15K out of that also to improve on the farming material, because yet still we are doing these simple farming tools, which sometimes they are very hard to use. But with the invent of this new one, we can able to get those one. And also looking at the financial model as well, we will also use tricycle, $60,000 to buy tricycle, this solar tricycle, since we are looking into new renewable energy. And then also the last part, where we will now use an amount of $30,000, where we will use this thing to
to facilitate buying the motorbike for delivering the service. So our operation, if you look at it, we are composed of 2 individuals. It's I with my wife. So for the business to grow, she is even suspended to go to school because of the business. But we all know what we are getting from this. But the service delivery, she cannot do well in that. And where I too also be part of the farm manager. So I want to use the motorbike school in order to rotate and get our services done. And then also looking at it, you realize that our operation, when we just harvest our crops, we put it in our social media handle tools, where people request, even in Combo and even within Gunjur, where we supply our product. And equally, we also have customer feedback, where we improve on our material. But for the fact that the biggest challenge is that we are into organic products, and where we advocate for chemically free. So many people will just complain that there are a few scraps. And these scraps, if you look at the organic production, those things are usual and they should be accepted. Since the fact that we are not using synthetic fertilizer or synthetic chemical to use it as a repellent odor. We use botanical elements to use those things as a medium of spraying and stuff like neem tree can do that. Even the spring onion can do that. And also, if you mix those things with the cigarette filter, they serve as a very good biorepellent.
You mentioned your products. What kind of products are you talking about here?
Good. We are doing 3 different products. One is in the terms of agro services. Agro services like pruning, composting, and things like grafting. So if you look at that product, that services itself is we provide that product, and then equally we also do seedling production. So if you look, the other part of the product is the other part of the product is the produce that we produce, the garden eggs, tomato, cucumber, and then the list goes on. Even the perennial crops, and we also having papaya, more especially these sub dwarfs, and then things like that. And then the other thing that we do, the other services that we do, is that of the advice side of it, like counseling side of it, where we provide services for people to tell them how this idea works, and then equally we also gain out of that. So these are some of the things that we do.
Okay, just a final one before I pass over to my colleague. How long have you been operating this business for?
Yes, I am born to farmers, and then as long as I have this opportunity to get to university, I realize that this is the potential to add value to this profession. So since that time, but when I reached around 2021, this was the time, 2020, April 24th, this was the time I officially introduced my own business, separate from the farming, which is more of subsistence, but this one is for commercial base. 2020, on the 24th of April, I registered my own business, and from there to now, I've been operation throughout the year.
In your revenue stream, you did mention that you provide grafting and other services to a certain customer base.
Exactly.
But you also provide advisory service.
Exactly.
You also sell perennial crops.
Exactly.
And you also sell other vegetables like cucumber and the like. Yeah.
Very well.
So that means you have 4 revenue streams.
Yeah, of course. Maybe due to pressure, I may not even to look into that. Basically, these are some of the revenue streams that I am into.
Okay, so I just wanted to know, on average, how much revenue do you make per year?
Per year. Of course, looking at all these things, the garden production, and equally with the conventional farming, this year alone we scored about $60,000. At a time where we uproot our groundnut, the bag was at a very good price. That is $2,000. So we had a very good season this year. So looking at this year alone, the farming season plus with the other vegetable, the dry season farming, we were able to score $60,000.
So you did mention that you use car tires and bottles, right?
Very well.
So how do you get them to your farm?
Yes, this was the reason. Looking at my financial, I'm now looking of solar tricycle, because I use bicycle moving around to the mechanic centers where I get this thing free. or for the fact that the distance is very far, I will just collect 1 or 2 and then be going common and around. So I feel like maybe when having this thing will be very easy. So equally, when there are ceremonies taking place, for now, I am going in for more bigger bottles. But these ones that you guys are using, they are very small in size. But these other bigger ones, like 1.5 or 2 liters or so, these are what I use and then design them, put a hole and then grow crops. So basically, I move around to look at this discarded material. Sometimes some people who know me as doing this job very well, they will keep it for me. They will just call me and then have it on my farm.
My name is Modu Jallo. I'm a farmer. I'm into different agricultural activities, which is animal husbandry, horticulture, cash crop, and vegetable production. Financially, my business is growing very well. I started with cassava. I invested 15,000, then sold it for 97, which is around 547% profit. I also invested in small ruminant, which I invested 250,000, and then got a profit of 37%. Also invested in the melon farm, which is watermelon. I invested 15, then invested 15, then sold it for 75. I got about 446%. Yeah, my business is a form of a cycle. I produce regularly, annually, continuously, and also my business feeds the other business. Like my business, the crops feeds my animals. Like for the crops, normally in the rainy seasons, I cultivate a lot of maize, which is one of the most important cereal grains that is consumed by both animals and humans. As you can see, most of the poultry farmers I know and small ruminant farmers are going out of business simply because of the high cost of feeding, which is not affecting me because my animals are consuming 75% of what I produce. The feed that they consume, I produce more than 75% of it. So the high cost of feeding is not affecting me. So when I sold this maize and the melon during the rainy season, I focus dry season on horticulture and the animal breeding. Yeah, I breed both bulls and cattle and small ruminants, which are the sheep. Yes, I breed them and fatten the males for sales and keep the females for production. Also for the I have three people working with me. 2 plus me make it 3. One of my boy is a Shanghai institution graduate, which is the Shanghai institution graduate at Kerawan. He is well known and he knows very well in agriculture and have vast knowledge and passion. I'm working with him personally. For him, he focused mostly on the horticulture with the animal production. For my case, I'm a graduate from the college in the School of Agriculture, studied animal health and production. Normally, I treat my animals for myself without consulting other veterinarians or using other drugs. I deal with natural, organic thing because I deal with quality and healthy products. I supply healthy and quality products, which means I don't use chemicals like much fertilizers in my farming. And also for my animals, I keep records. There are medical records of every animals. Like most of the antibiotics some of the farmers are using today, they don't know because you can see other antibiotics, heavy antibiotics, if you give it to an animal, inject it to an animal, probably that animal may not be consumed, should not be consumed for 20 or 29 days. So most of the other farmers are not considering that. For my case, I do keep those records and consider these factors. Like if I inject an animal with antibiotics, I know the withdrawal period is less than 39.
You've exhausted the 4 minutes allocated to you.
Yeah,
before I pass on to my colleague,
yes.
I'm curious to know what strategy do you use to identify which animal was given what medication at what time?
Every animal has a medical file, as a medical file. When I inject, I keep record. The animals, my animals have names. They all have names. I keep their names and records, so I know exactly they are with them.
Do you number them to identify them, or do you just recognize them?
Yes, I name them. I
You name
their
them
names. Yes, yes.
You have names on
Yes,
them.
I have their names.
Okay.
Yes.
What storage facility do you have? Because you mentioned you use these plants for
Yes.
feeding.
Yes.
Is there any storage facility for this?
Yes, I have not standard, but I have a well-built building where I store my feeds and everything. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Lamin Kinte. I'm the founder and the manager of Kinte Jula Enterprise, located in Kerewan. Kerewan is in North Bank region, 62 kilometers away from the capital city, with an approximated population of 5,000 inhabitants. The town is situated within 8 satellite villages. Its surrounded communities has a strong and growing vegetable growers population, which is strictly strengthening pressure on the demand for good quality vegetable seeds and garden materials. Most of these vegetable growers are women and youths, and they travel either to the capital city or to the neighboring village in Senegal to acquire their inputs, like seeds and equipment for their production. And for the rest who cannot afford this, stayed without efforts. Kinte Jula Enterprise provided accessibility of quality and affordable garden inputs to this growing number of women venturing into vegetable production. To release the burden on these low-income farmers, the business provided them with seeds and other inputs in credit, which they normally pay after harvesting their products. While this is well rooted into our business model, some customers also buy in bulk through their networks and associations to increase their productivity. The business also provided training for the first-time customers on how to use different varieties and at what time is suitable for production of such varieties. This service makes our business unique and position us well in the heart of our customers. We make profit by adding 20% of each singular product sold on average. We sell to 500 customers per year, and this projected to increase based on the demand for increasement in the production capacity by the women gardeners. Our addressable market value is 300,000. We anticipate in serving 1,500 customers yearly. The opportunity of the business is uniqueness in the community, good customers relationship. Inflation is our threat, whilst inadequate fund is our weakness. There is a limited number of wholesale suppliers available. We also have 2 years experience in dealing with garden impulse and difficult in loan accessing to microfinancial institutions. As the demand for input increased, the business intended to scale up and increase 2 retail outlets in 2 different locations, increase staff capacity, and provided means of transportation for timely delivery of our inputs. The business has been in existence for 2 years, testing the market with a positive trajectory. It has also acquired loyal customers and built strong analysis with local women groups in the community. Based on its gain in the past 2 years, the business intended to scale up and increase its retail, and the plan is to motivate by the increasement in the demand for such products.
You did mention that you have customers that you sell on credit.
Yeah.
And they have to pay after
harvesting.
Now, what happens if they do not pay?
Yeah, well, at the first time when we were doing it, we give individual. We give loan to individual women. But we realized that giving loans to individuals, they don't normally pay. So now what we do, we target women CAFOs, because we realize that normally we get this information from those women. We realize that those women CAFOs, what they will normally tell us is, give it to our association itself. So we give the seed to the association itself for them to share it. So if it is time for payment, then they will follow it. The head will follow each and every one to tell you, this is what you need to pay. Then they will add it together and pay us back. Like for instance, onion. When we give them onion, we buy onion at around 58,000 or plus, 58,000 with all expenses to 60,000. We give it to them. So when we give it to the women CAFO, we will told them, per tin of each onion will be you will be paid $3,000. So when we give it to you, so we leave it. So you have to calculate how much are you going to give each and every one of the member of those associations. So when they are paying back, they will pay to that member, to the leader of the association. They will pay. Then we'll just go in and take our 90,000.
Do you operate this business alone, or you have a team that you work with?
Yeah, we have a team. We have a shop in Kerewan where we have a sales agent. Me as the manager also, I am also a field worker. We also have 2 field workers that we are working with. But these are part-time jobs, because these are seasonal businesses. For instance, if it is watermelon, so we work with youths who are doing watermelon. We give them inputs, we give them seeds, we give them fertilizer and everything. After harvesting, then we share it into 50%. We also do that.
All right, thank you.
As fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia. QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
Once again, my name is Banding Damfa, the Managing Director of Damfa's Poultry. At Damfa's Poultry, we focus on the production of local broilers, meat, and eggs. And concerned about these products, they are delivered to our customers upon orders. And this will help me and help my society in creating job employment for the youth instead of venturing into the back way. And it will also help me contribute towards the food self-sufficiency of the country. Officially opened in October 2020, the farm started with 2 to 20 chicks. From the farm started with 2 to 20 chicks. The farm has produced over 350 chicks between November to September with a capacity to take over 500 broilers. The farm has generated a total revenue stream of 38,100 with a net profit of 10%. In every business, we have an expenditure and we have a liability. So last time I talked, in every business, we have an expenditure and liability. The liability of Damfa's Poultry with broilers, it deals with chicken. The chicken, one is costing $60. Multiplied by 100, you have 6,000. From there, we have the feeds. You have the starter grower. Each I buy 3. With the finisher, I buy 4. So the 3 by 1,950 is 5,800. It's 5,850. So from there, we have the medication, we have the disinfectant, you disinfected the house, you have the logistic and transportation. So when you add all of that, it gives you a total price of 29,325. That is the part of the expenditures. So once you have the expenditures, you go to this part of sales and total sales. In Damfa's Poultry, we sell in 2 prices, in 2 ways. That is, we sell live boats and slaughtered boats. Concerned about the live boats, it costs $300. So with 100 chicks, you multiply that by 300, it gives you 30,000. So with slaughtered boats, it costs 325 because you have to package it and kill it and do all that. It costs 325. So if you want to know our per batch sales, it costs 300 multiplied by 100. 325 multiplies by 100, it gives you 32,500. So if you want to know that is per batch sales is 32,500. If you want to know your monthly profit, you take 32,500 and multiply from the expenditure. That is 29,325. It gives you a monthly profit of 3,175. So if you want to know your yearly profit, you take 3,175 multiplied by 12. It gives you 38,100. That is your yearly revenue profit. So in a nutshell, the monthly profit is 3,175. The yearly profit revenue stream is 38,100. So so when you multiply 32,325, you multiply by 12, it gives you 390,000. That is yearly if it continues to 12 months. So in a nutshell, 390,000. If you multiply by 12, if you multiply by 12, that will give you the total. So with profit, if you want to know without profit, 390,000, you multiply, you subtract it from 38,100. It will give you 351,600 without profit. But if it is with profit, it will give you 390,000. So that's all I have for you.
Just a quick question before we move on. Do you have people working for you at your farm?
Yes, I have people working for me.
Like how many and what do they do?
Like it's myself and one of my co-sisters that I pay him. Like he works for me. What he does is with regards to the packaging. There are certain customers, they prefer chickens, sort of chickens, because or you prepare everything. So that's why it's costing 225. So I pay my customer $15 per check once he make the check. That's his law.
In your finances, you've mentioned lots of numbers. I just wanted to know how many customers do you have currently?
Like, I sell my chicken based on wholesales and also community members. Like, I have a lot of customers.
Lots of them. Community members at where?
Around my surrounding.
Where is your surrounding?
Sukuta Nema.
Around Sukuta Nema.
Yeah.
But you're not able to quantify how many buying customers you have,
like,
right?
For the wholesale, I normally receive 35 as wholesale. Like, they will just come and buy 35 as wholesale. I'll prepare everything for them. Like, for the customers, so some will buy 2, some will buy 3, some will buy 4. That's how. But for the prices I had, it was 35. Another one came from Gcci by 19. Another one came 20. So are these wholesalers one-off buyers, or they are repeated customers? They are repeated customers.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. My name is Mami Esnjai from LRR, Keur West District, in a village called Kulikunda. I founded Healthy Harvest Farm Enterprises. The name of my business is Healthy Harvest Farm Enterprises. I produce vegetables here around. Yeah. The financial schedule, like the last time I said, I would like to make a quick recap before going into the main thing, which is about like my proposal, like what I aim to. My proposed budget for the business is $500,000. That's what I propose, and that is what I make a breakdown of it the last time. But due to the nature of the challenge, I can withstand any amount that has been given with the use of my experience in business. Even if I'm given with low amount of money, I can still do something out of it, because I understand that a Rome is not built in a one day. It would be perfect if I have everything as a startup, but it would be also very important if I start low key, then I come as I expected. My way of operation, I will start from how I am operating and how do I used to operate when I get help. Right now, how I am operating, I have only one single staff. Myself is working there with my mother and my father. My father is aging, but my mother is very strong, who really understand the financial schedule or the financial muscle of the business, who didn't even request a pay from me, because already she understands that it is just a startup. I'm not making that much profit to an extent that I have to be employing many people. So I'm only, there's one person who's working there for now that I'm paying. So the rest is me, my mother, and my father together with my siblings. So my mode of operation, how I expect to be operating when I get help, is to at least have 2 or 3 staff. This is how I want to start it. Like, if I have 2 or 3 staff, just as a starting, when I have help, I want to have 2 or 3 staff to build up my business together with me and my mother. And I also expect, and I'm willing to bring my mother as a staff, because he's been working with me all along. So it will be very befitting to bring him also as a staff.
I would have loved to hear you talk more about your business, talk more about your financials.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And when you employ these people, what you expect them to do for you that will make a difference in your business. If you can just elaborate on that a little bit for us to understand you better.
Like, I talk more about financial schedules.
I'm sure you must be thinking you've been here before, but
yes.
Again, we can't remember everybody.
Yes,
so
yes,
it would be
yes.
good for you to tell us exactly what you're doing. And then if you employ these people, what do you think would be the difference?
Yes, my business concept, I just know that agriculture is the only way, and that is my area of specialization. That is what I have learned, and I have knowledge about it. I said, let me venture into eat production, that is vegetable production. I know vegetable production, I'm helping my society, my community a lot, because everybody eat fresh fruit from me and fresh vegetables from me, more especially during the rainy season. I supply all over the community. So my business is very potential in the community that I live. Like I told you, the financial schedule, I start from the $25,000. That's how I started. But as I'm going bit by bit, thank God today I'm able to pay that $25,000 until I'm making $20,000 500,000 profit today as I'm speaking, and I expect to have more than that. But because of with the limited capacity that I'm having, limited finance, because I know I don't have help before, so with the limited ones that I'm doing, I'm able to make that one. And I'm sure if I'm helped, I can make more than that, far more than that, you know, far more than that. This is why the last time I said if I can have 500,000, but I know, like I said, a Rome was not built in a one day. I can start small and come big, and I come big.
You did mention you sell vegetables, right?
Yes.
How do you sell?
Yes. I sell, like I said, different types of vegetables. All right. We have greens. We have cucumbers. I sell cucumbers, and these leafy vegetables, okras. I also sell okras and all those type of vegetables. I sell based on the standard of living, based on the standard of living in the community that I'm living, because I don't expect to put a high cost of prices to my vegetables that at the end of the day the people around my surroundings cannot be able to buy it, and which is going to be a post-harvest loss to me. So I sell it according to their standard. Like for example, I make 3 or 4 living of okra for $10, and I also jumbo for Natale city like that and make it $10, just according to their living standard.
Okay,
yeah.
So you mentioned you when you get the investment, you will employ additional 2 to 3 staffs, right?
Yes.
What will they be doing in the business?
Yes, one, I want to have a caretaker, like somebody who will be in my farm, because though my farm is in the village, but it's not that much close to my house, and myself personally may not be there at night. So I expect to employ somebody who will be there as a caretaker, who will be just there to be controlling things at night. And also I expect to, I'm expecting to employ 2 staff, which is going to be helping in the agronomic practices like watering, weeding, and other stuffs. And I also want to have one who will be helping me in marketing.
Yeah, my name is Alaji Gay. My business name is Alamin Farm. Alamin Farm has been established in March 2019. It's a horticultural business. It deals with seedlings and vegetables. And one of the reasons why Alamin Farm come into existence is to make sure that there is food security and to promote climate actions, okay? Yeah. In July 2022, Alamin Farm generates a revenue of 26,500, that is of sales. Cost of 21,500 and a profit of 5,000. And this coming year, 2023, we are planning to sell 1,000 seedlings with the expected revenue of 125,000, an expected cost of 76,500, and an expected profit of 48,500. Yeah. Okay, I understand that there are so many young people into agribusiness, particularly into horticulture and into seedling business. So this is why Alamin Farm internally makes sure that it is innovative, okay, and it makes sure that it is digitally aware, okay. Being innovative here, Alamin Farm is working on developing a hydroponic farming system, wherein crops like lettuce, crops like tomato, and crops like pepper can be grown in water, okay. You build a structure sort of, insert water, H2O in it, then you insert the liquid fertilizer. So here is where we are going to grow our crops. It is among our plan. And why do we want to do this? When we do this, it minimizes our cost of watering. Our cost of watering, because it is already programmed and watered. All that you need to add is liquid fertilizer, okay? And secondly, it minimizes our cost of, weeding. Before employing many people to be weeding around the garden, then with the hydroponic system, weeding could be free and watering costs will be minimized. Getting this will make me to set a very reasonable price so that I can get a lot of customers for my business. Secondly, We also do technical practices like grafting and budding. We understand that nowadays, out of market research, we've made market research and understand that most of our customers, they are into grafted varieties. Why? Because these grafted varieties, they can produce within a short period of time. For instance, the grafted orange can produce within a period of 2 years. If it is not grafted, it goes up to 4 or 5. So we've seen that this is what our demanders are demanding. So we are into grafting and budding so that we reach out to many people as far as the market is concerned. Okay? All right. From there, quality is very important. Quality, a business sells itself. You cannot sell your business, but the business sells itself. How do you get that? If the products or your produces are of quality, then people comes for it. So this is why what we do, at first, we try to get quality seeds. Seeds that are of high quality.
Sorry, you've exhausted the 4 minutes that was allocated to you.
Sorry.
Yes, just a quick question before I pass over to my colleague. You mentioned you had a profit of $5,000.
Yeah, that is in
the last year.
Yeah, 2022. That was as of July.
And then by the end of next year, you expect a profit of $125,000.
No, I expect sales. Okay. That is the general thing.
Sales of $125,000.
Yeah. My expected profit is $48,500. But generally, the sales or the revenue is $125,000. That is the expected revenue.
Now, what is the strategy you are using that is making you achieve this huge difference?
Yeah, I understand there are so many competitors around. So I utilize the online market very well. In fact, in July, most of my sales were made through online market. So I do some market research, know what customers want. I post on online platforms, then look for feedbacks.
Yeah. So who are these customers?
Yeah, these customers are our householders within the Greater Banjul area, or even in KMC. They do buy seedlings and vegetables from me. Otherwise, those, from the outer Foni, they also buy, even from Yuna. I had a customer who bought, a massive number.
So can you tell us how many buying customers have you made so far?
How many?
Buying customers. How many customers that have already bought from you? Can you give us numbers? Yes.
Yeah, when it comes to numbers, last year I have about 10 customers. Yeah, but one customer was the one who bought 130 seedlings. The others, they buy out of the 70, because in July I was able to make a sales of 200 seedlings.
So how many of these customers, out of those 10, how many of them found you through online?
Yeah, majority of them. Almost 75% of my customers, I meet them online.
My name is Dembo Keita, the CEO of Salmatu and Dembo Agro Entrepreneurship Farm. Currently, we have 4 staffs. It's a registered business. We are located in URA, Upper River region, Wule West, Sutukonde. In the whole of URA, there is no vegetable garden that is producing vegetables and fruits the whole year round. And then CSOs, NGOs, and individuals that are into tree planting transport tree seedlings all the way from Combos and other regions to the Upper River region. So our business will be producing chemical-free vegetables and fruits for the people of URR, and equally we'll be producing seedlings for those CSOs before they will buy trees from the Combo and then taking them to URR where they are different climate zone. Our customers are the local people of the Upper River region, the restaurants, and then the lumos and the markets in the Upper River region. And also, our customers for tree seedlings are individuals, CSOs, NGOs, and government agencies that are into tree planting. Our marketing strategy we are going to use social media platforms to market our 3 seedlings to NGOs, CSOs, and other agents, other people into. But again, our local people don't use social, most of them don't use social media. We'll use radio stations in Bassi to sensitize and advertise our vegetables because they are chemical free compared to others. Our competitors are the women gardeners and then the people that are into the importers. Those who don't go to the nearby Senegal villages and Lumo in Farafenni to transport vegetables all the way to URR. So those are our competitors. Our marketing, those are our competitors. Now, but our advantage, because we use chemical free and then free, organic compost to apply on our vegetables. They are free from, and again, the production, cost of production is going to be low compared to others. And again, the market also, the farm is located just 500 meters from Nyakoi garden. It's Nyakoi market. So that also is very near to it. Again, now we need, because currently we have only 10 beds, and then we have 800 seedlings. Our target is 20,000 seedlings this year, and then 300 beds for vegetable production. Okay, but we have a land size of 200 by 85 meters, but we don't have the fund to fence and then drill a borehole. I know this amount is 150,000, cannot do all that, but we can start with that. The money, we use the money to fence, dig a well, and then again buy a generator that will pump the water. In the year, our expected expenditure is going to be, because it's going to be 3 months, our expected expenditure is going to be around $414,000. But again, the profit we are going to have at least is going to be $675,000. Sorry, the income. So out of that, we'll use the money to expand and look for borehole and do other things. The team that we have, myself, I'm final semester agriculture major, and with 10 years of experience as a garden and environmental master in all the schools that I taught in. My wife, who is Salimatu, is the...
You've exhausted the 4 minutes allocated to you.
Okay.
You said you are expected to make a revenue of about 600 and...
At least, yes.
Yeah. What's the actual figure here?
I said I'm expected to make at least $770,000.
$770,000.
Yes,
that is after you've got 300 beds.
Yes, after I got 300 beds.
Okay.
And equally, I have 20,000 seedlings.
Okay. Now with the, and currently you have 8 beds.
I have 10 beds.
10 beds.
And
okay.
8,000 seedlings.
8,000 seedlings.
Yes.
So with the 10 beds.
Yes.
How much revenue are you able to make?
With the 10 bed, a bed at least will produce in the four quarter, like divide the year into 4.
Yeah.
So at least a bed is going to produce 1,500. So with the 10 bed, it's going to be $15,000.
15,000. Okay, thank you.
And 8,000 seedlings will produce at $50 per seedling is $400,000. At $100 per seedlings is $800,000. So at least I expecting more than 600,000, but.
Sorry, my name is Maimuna Jala, contestant number 0131, founder of Maya's Grano Cake. I started selling Grano Cake back in 2019 in the scale of 25 local bags. So last year around this time, I rebranded my Grano Cake business with a new packaging as well. So since then, I have supplied various supermarkets and mini markets as well, and also people in the diaspora too. And now, right now with the finances, I supply 1,000 bags of Grano Cake every month, and each bag is sold at $100 a bag, and 1,000 Grano Cake every month. That is like $100,000. So each bag of Grano Cake, it's basically with the spending and everything, is $75, including the employees. I have 4 employees, including myself, 5 employees. And every month, with the employees and all, 4 employees, I spend $16,000 with the 4 employees. And with printing, I spend $10,000 when it comes to printing stickers, the stickers, and then $5,000 when it comes to the Maya's bag. So after that, it remaining of $44,000 that is spent on ingredients and also the Maya's paper bag, which is from Senegal. I ordered them from Senegal. And with the operations, mainly is based on marketing and services and the sales as well. When it comes to marketing on the Myers granola cake, we make sure we consider social media. We post every single day on our social media platform. And our customers also, we make sure we deliver to them whenever they need their granola cakes on time, and also the feedbacks of the granola cake texture as well.
I've noticed there are a lot of people that sell granola cakes in the country.
Yeah.
Now, how are you different from all the others?
Based on my branding and packaging. When it comes to my branding, I make sure I have a sticker front and back. It also has a nutritive value on the back of the granola cake, and also with the packaging as well. My packaging weighs 200 grams, and also it's an easy access as well when it comes to the marketing. Because most people, they have their granola cake in a cup or in a local transparent white plastic, but when it comes to mine, it is in a white transparent plastic and white transparent pouch bag, which is sealed and all. So I get to sell it to people, like when people are in their offices, they get to buy my granola cake patch. They can put it in their bags. It is well sealed and all of it, and it can travel anywhere you want to go with it as well. So that is the difference. That's why I came with it last year around this time. But I started with a local transparent bag like these ones selling outside.
That's fine. One final question. How many people do you have working for you right now?
Right now I have 4, including myself 5.
And what's the plan for the future?
For the future, more manpower, and also get a granola cake machine, which is $5,000 to help me with when I'm making the granola cake. Because right now I only have 4 employees right now. So in the future I want to get more manpower as well, and also a granola cake, a granola depot as well with the granules.
Groundnut, where do you source it from? Like where do you buy the groundnut from?
Oh, Lumo sometimes. I get it from the Lumo, and then sometimes at Sandika, Sarakuna Market.
Well, people, that's it for today's edition of the Agriculture and Food Processing category. We had a very long day here, and the judges had an amazing job to do, because this particular one will have to eliminate some people along the line. But then it's been a long day, so I don't want to really bore you anymore. What we'll do is you'll have to wait again to catch us in the next episode until we realize what's happening. From all of us here in the heart of GCCI Trade Fair Grounds, we want to say thank you very much for watching.
Produced it. Keur, Jula, Charlie. Jula, Charlie. Keur, Jula, Charlie. Keur, Jula, whoa. Keur, Jula, Charlie. Keur, Jula, Jula. Keur, Jula, Charlie. Keur Jula, yeah.